Good afternoon, boys and girls of the internet. So this is a little words, right? A little Easy Go. This is a gas-powered Easy Go. It's got the 2-cylinder on it. And I've been working on this the last, I don't know, week or so. It's finally done. And a friend of mine brought a pressure washer over for me to fix for him. I work on stuff like this on the side at home, so it's no big deal. Sure, I'll take a look at it. So he brings it over here. He said they bought it from a pawn shop. They've had it for a little while, and it started one time and it's failed to start ever since. So this is what we've got going on. Briggs & Stratton, it's a 675 series, and it is the Ready Start. Now the Ready Start means that it has an automatic choking mechanism in there. You pull it, and as you pull it, it chokes. And as soon as the engine starts, your flywheel on the top of the engine has all the little fans on it to help draw air through. It pushes what would look like a governor on a regular style engine. There's another one, and it pushes that little flap back and opens the choke as soon as the engine fires off. It's a neat design. Not all engines are dialed in just right that this specific setup works. Especially like in really cold climates, I doubt this would come close to being functional. You probably have to pull on it 90 times before then. And if moisture gets in there and freezes or anything, it's going to stop that linkage from moving, so you got full choke. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the Ready Start. It's a good thought, and that's about as far as I go with it. For reference, the Easy Go over here has a choke lever that you can manually pull out and leave set. Another thing that I like about Easy Goes that I do not like about the gas-powered club cars, Easy Goes, you can put them into neutral and start the engine. These, you press the accelerator pedal to start. And see, we are free revving in neutral. You let off the gas and it cuts off. That's how these are designed to work. So that's an okay setup. It is nice that you can put it into neutral, because then you can play with the choke and the throttle as it's starting without having to worry about the cart moving. Most club car gas-powered carts do not start in neutral. How dumb is that? So if your cart's been sitting for a week or a month or a few months, and you go to crank it, you're going to have to play with the choke. And another stupid thing is the club car carts, they don't have a choke lever like this on most of them. They've got a big button right here that it says you push for choke. And what that is, I need to show you on another one, but the air intake tube for the carburetor is right here and feeds to the front of the engine. And what you're doing when you're pushing this big button in is you're capping off the air intake for the engine. Now that only works sometimes, because even though this is just a plastic cap, there's no seal or anything in it. So when you're pushing it, you're still getting excess air around it, and it does not close off a tight enough seal to start quickly and efficiently. Just a little pet peeves of mine. So the Easy Go carts, like these are the TXT series, these are way better as far as the design. Now you could always go and you could probably swap carburetors and add a choke to the club cars. But now you're starting to get nitpicky. And also, you still can't crank it in neutral. It has to be in a gear in order for the engine to work. Now, yes, there are many ways you can jump that little sensor and do away with that fail-safe. But from the factory, as soon as it starts, it moves. I don't know. One of those things. And I just went on a 3-minute tangent about something completely unrelated. So anyway, this thing, I get it. This is always an interesting sign when they have a quick release access to the air filter. Why do you need quick access to the air filter? Because you're going to be opening this thing up and spraying starting fluid in it. That's why. So yeah, quick access for the air cleaner by unlocking that. And I take this whole thing apart. You have to take the top shroud cover off, take this off, pull the carb. I take the bowl apart, flip it upside down on the workbench. I go to take the jets out. The jets are not removable. They are pushed in there and then tapped with looks almost like a a chisel to flare the end out so that it cannot come back out. There's no threading on the end of them. There's no head that you could put a socket, a flathead, a Phillips head, a star bit, nothing. They're just put in there for life. Which means if you get a problem with this, you can take it apart like I did. I got my smallest air fitting for my compressor, threw it up to 120 PSI, wedged the little needle seat down in there and blew air through it. And yes, I was able to get some air through it, but it was not enough. And it goes up and then at a 90, so it's not like you can wedge up a little piece of paper clip or a piece of wire in there to clean it. And I'm sure someone in the comments is going to say, oh, I've done it this way a million times and it's worked for me. That's great. What this is telling you is that I jumped on Amazon and I punched in Briggs & Stratton 675 Ready Start carburetor. And right there is a Chinese manufactured, brand new out of the box. Can you see it? Yeah. That is a brand hammer new out of the box. And get this, it came with 2 fuel filters and a new gasket kit. It came with an extra bowl gasket, an extra intake gasket, and the extra little paper gasket that seals this to the carb. Like 2 of everything. So a carb, 2 filters, and 2 sets of gasket kits. You wanna know what it cost me? $11. $11. Prime Delivery had it here in 2 days. It was $11 for the entire carburetor kit. And I said, there's no way, that's too good to be true. I've ordered carburetor kits and stuff off Amazon, but I'm always kind of weary about the carbs. You know, are they really to spec? How good of a quality are they? $11. And so I gambled for $11. The carburetor came right out of the box, ready to go, just bolt on. So I did. I hooked the fuel line up. I let it sit for a few minutes. $11. The disposable society we live in nowadays, that they make the carburetor to where you can't clean it. And a rebuild kit for a typical carburetor, I mean, I've spent up to $25 on a good quality rebuild kit for some small engine things before. I should rephrase that. Some of the golf cart rebuild carb kits, especially for the club cars, can get up there to $60. And if you got a motorcycle with 4 carbs on it, I mean, you're talking a couple $100 sometimes. A carburetor kit for the older style Briggs & Stratton small engines like that is, I don't know, I've got them for $25. And this newer style Ready Start Briggs & Stratton engine, I purchased a complete carburetor for $11. $11. Are you kidding me? You want to see that again? Look at this. Let's just see this again. Let's turn on. Oh, and keep in mind, after I put the carburetor on, I bolted it down. I checked, made sure I had fresh gas in it. It's almost empty now. I pulled this thing 1 time out of the box. Bolted the carb on, hooked the fuel line up, let it sit there a few seconds. I pulled it 1 time. Are you kidding me? So then I took it, hooked it up to my water hose, and I power washed this golf cart. This golf cart's finished. Said you heard it run. It's got a homemade seat recover on it. There's our engine. And like I said, this has a choke cable. The club cars do not. This air intake boot goes this way and then into the front through a big hole, and you push a plastic cap over it to stop the flow of fuel, or stop the flow of air, to suffocate it, to make it burn more fuel to start it when it's cold. It's freaking dumb. I don't know. I didn't design it. But yeah. So there's this one. This one got a carb rebuild, a fuel filter, a set of spark plugs, cleaned the air filter out. It was a newer K&N style. I had to change the oil in it twice. The motor had filled up with gasoline. So I washed it out really good so it won't wash the bearings out. I had to do an adjustment on the throttle and the governor down there. And now she runs like a top. Like I said, you turn the key on, give it a little gas. Runs like a sewing machine. So this thing's ready to go. Easy Go TXT. The pressure washer is also ready to go. Maybe a little Cavalier lurking in the background, looking so snazzy. Also, I try to get you guys a house update when I can. I'm still in the woodworks. I'm trying to get gravel delivered today, but apparently no one's gonna deliver me some gravel today, so that sucks. It's whatever. Also, I gotta fix that big dirt spot in the yard. That's driving me crazy. I've been trying to get grass to grow, and it's working. I have more grass than I had before, but I still don't have enough. I like my grass. Anyway, $11, brand hammer new. I'm not even gonna worry about rebuilding these carbs anymore, making attempts. If you got a problem with them, $11. Bring them on. All right, that was my little 11-minute rant for the day. Thank you guys for tuning in to my little TED Talk here. I'm gonna jump off. You can leave your comments in the comment section below. And we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.